Hey guys, good evening. It's Ashley Horner. This is question and answer with me. I'm going to answer a few questions for you guys tonight. The first question is from Abby Cohen, and it is how do protein powders and other supplements fit into clean eating? Okay, Abby, that's a great question. There's definitely supplements out there on the market that are loaded with a lot of fillers and stuff that aren't good. The best thing that I can tell you is to do your research on them and to definitely look at the reviews that other people are giving about the protein supplements. For me, I really keep it simple. I will post another video blog about my supplementation. I try to get most of my nutrients from whole foods, and I also juice a lot. But supplementation is just that. You guys should focus on first and foremost getting your most nutrients and everything from the whole foods itself. A protein that I love is called raw protein. And it's an organic protein powder. It's vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, and it's actually pretty good. This is the chocolate version. I think they have it in vanilla too. I ordered this off of bodybuilding.com. Um, it is Garden of Life is the brand. So, and it's actually really good. And I know somebody else posted another question on there about if I have a chocolate tooth like late at night or a sweet tooth. I'll mix this with some unsweetened almond milk, and I'll have that at night. And it's actually really good and it's satisfying, and it's a very clean kind of sweet treat for me. So that was a good question. Supplementation, you guys, is just that. It's just focus on getting your nutrients from your food first, and then if you feel like you need to supplement, go ahead and do that. But make sure you're doing your research. And bodybuilding.com does a lot of reviews on the supplements, which is really great. Everybody who's taking the product, they can go in and kind of, you know, post about their opinion on the products and whether or not they like them and whatnot. So it's a great site to go to. Okay, next question I had. This is from Amanda Marison, and her question was, what is your opinion on stretching? What types and when are the optimum times to incorporate them? Before or after working out? Thank you. Okay, that's a really good question. I think a lot of us are super guilty of just going to the gym, working out, until that last minute, and then we're like, oh man, I gotta go to work, or I gotta get home, make dinner, like I don't have time to stretch. That's usually the first thing that goes during our workout. So um, because, and I'm extremely guilty of it as well. So what I do is I actually incorporate yoga into my workout routine. I try to do it at least 2 times a week, about an hour of yoga each, and about an hour of yoga each time. And that really helps. But as far as getting your stretching in before, I usually do some warm up before I work out. I particularly like to warm up on the treadmill, just like a slow walk, something to kind of get the blood flowing. I also use that as a time to kind of focus on my workout that's getting ready to happen. I kind of refocus on my goals, kind of get the right mindset. It's kind of an opportunity for me to leave everything else that's going on in the outside of my world, like outside of the gym, and really just focus on me for the time that I have. And that's kind of like my warm up. And then afterwards, whenever I'm doing my core exercises, is when I really spend a little bit of time stretching. And it's good to hold a stretch anywhere from like 10 to 15 seconds. And you really breathe through your stretches and relax the muscle, because that's just going to allow you to go in the stretch a little bit deeper. So that is a really good question. Something that I think that we all need to really focus on in our training is getting the proper stretching in. Okay, next question. What is your go-to treat when you're craving something sweet? Okay. Um, I really like peanut butter and apples. So that is definitely a go-to treat whenever I'm having that sweet tooth craving. I also, not gonna lie, I keep a bag of dark chocolate candies in my refrigerator, and it's the cleanest dark chocolate that you can get. So, I don't think that there's anything wrong with, especially as females, we do tend to have a sweeter tooth craving than especially the males. Sometimes I feel like whenever we restrict ourselves for so long that we kind of get to a breaking point where we just can't stand it anymore, and that will lead into like a binging effect of like eating the entire bag of chocolates instead of just having, one a night or, one during the day. It's not gonna kill your diet. So that's kind of what I do if I have a sweet tooth. And also my protein shakes, like I was telling you, I keep it pretty clean. And then it's really good if you put this in the blender um, with a tablespoon of nut butter and some ice and almond milk. It's really good. Okay, next question I wanted to talk about. I had a lot of leg questions and how I train my legs. Um, for cardio purposes, if you guys are not wanting to lean out your legs too much and you're trying to do cardio, you know the big step machines that they have, the step mills. That's like my go-to source of cardio because it really strengthens the legs while like leaning out everywhere else. And I'm really wanting to like tone my legs. So I will do the step mill if I'm wanting to keep the size of my legs. If I'm wanting to lean out my legs, I do cardio on the treadmill, and it'll be like the HIIT sessions, which really, those have always been super effective for me. So I know that I had a lot of questions about legs. When it comes to weight training, I actually train my legs 2 times a week. If you look at bodybuilding.com, you guys, I have a really good glute and leg workout training session there. That's a killer. I promise it'll like literally kick your ass. Um, so I train my legs 2 times a week, and the first day will be a heavier leg day. So I'll do anywhere from like 10 to 12 reps, and my sets will be anywhere from like 3 to 4, but I'm lifting a little bit heavier. On my second leg day of the week, I'm definitely focusing a lot on my hamstrings and my glutes, but everything's anywhere from like 25 to 30 repetitions. And sometimes I'll go in there and I'm just going to be like, okay, you know what, you guys, today we're going to do like 50 reps or 100 reps, and I really burn out my legs. So of course, because of my high reps, my weight's going to have to be a lot lighter, and I'll do a lot of jump squats, even a lot of burpees to get my heart rate up, a lot of sprints as fast as I can for a short amount of time. So that really helps kind of like even out my legs. I've always had like thicker legs. They've always been defined. Even when they're like a little bit bigger, they're still like pretty defined. So, but whenever I'm wanting to lean them down, that's kind of how I do that. Okay, last but not least, this is for all the moms out there. Yes, I have had 2 C-sections. I know you guys always like worry about like the loose skin and stuff after having kids, and you know, I think for a lot of us, like especially women, it's kind of, you know, I don't want you guys to be embarrassed about it because it's really, it's not. I feel like that we think that it's a bigger deal than what it is. Like, yes, I've had 2 C-sections, and I still have the loose skin. I mean, you guys never see pictures of me like bending over, you know, because I mean, I have it. Like, do I like it? No, it's not the most flattering thing. Um, but you know, I've learned to work with my flaws, and definitely through all my photography and pictures, especially with modeling and on the stage, you know, you're standing up tall. For me, anyways, you know, everybody's skin elasticity is definitely different as well. So, you know, a lot of it has to do with like a genetic factor. But, you know, yeah, I've worked with that. It's always been kind of like a flaw of mine. You know, I know it. I realize it. So whenever I'm doing, you know, any sort of my modeling or, you know, even on stage, I just know my poses and yeah, so I mean, even like with your guys' stretch marks, I think that you guys really stress yourself out, and um, you know, we realize our own flaws more than anybody else does. I think that we're always a lot harder on ourselves. So yeah, I just, especially with summer approaching, you guys, you know, just work out to feel great about yourself. And you know, I think as females we tear ourselves up too much about them, and they're really not that, it's not that big of a deal. It's something that I had to get over, especially hello in the industry that I'm in, you know. Anyways, so I know a lot of you girls are like really stressed out about that, and as time goes on, you know, just continue to do your ab workouts, and I felt like too, like I kept losing weight, so you know, my waist and everything would get smaller, and maybe I think maybe I have, whenever I'm thinner, you can tell that my skin's like not as tight, but still whenever I'm standing up tall for photography, like, you know, whatever, when I'm on the stage, you really can't tell. So I hope this answered your guys' questions tonight. I had a lot of like really good questions again, and anyways, thank you for stopping by and listening to my banter. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.